morning. How's everyone doing today?
Hi.
Excellent. I call this meeting of Lake Mary Toastmasters Club 6442 order. Before we begin, please silence your cell phones. I would like to ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our club mission is to provide a supportive learning environment in which members feel empowered to become better public speakers through confident communication and leadership skills. And for today's thing, it's going to be a little bit of a musical adventure, but please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Julia Kaufman. Yes! Keep it going, keep it going.
Daniel. Good morning, everybody. Guests, two guests right next to each other. So you can fill them in. All right, so who has ever heard of Name That Tune? Thank God somebody raised their hand. That's a show that happened, it started actually back in the 50s, and then it came back in the 70s. And I, as a kid, remember watching the show, and the premise of it is they have it's a contest. It's like any game show where you have two contestants, and someone sings a tune, and whoever can guess the tune basically wins. So today, I thought we'd have a little fun and have Name That Tune, and celebration of our rhythm going to get you for our contest this weekend. If you're going to the district contest to see Stephen, will be participating as our contestant in the evaluation contest. See if he can bring home the bacon. Also, I've had a phone for a while, and I use a computer, but I would not say I'm that technically inclined. My daughters are, so anytime I need to get on Facebook, which I rarely do, but I do have an account, my daughter says, here, just give me your phone, Mom, I'll take care of it for you, because she can't stand to watch me just try to, do the whole thing with my thumbs. But I did learn something very exciting this weekend. I learned all about iTunes and Bluetooth and syncing and sharing your phone. It's Mom. So I learned how to put music on here, which also led into the theme. So what we're going to do in between our speeches, we have two speakers, so we'll have time to do maybe a dozen songs. You also will be submitted to the music I like. So it might be challenging from your young whippersnappers in here to identify the tune. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to play a song. If you know the title, raise your hand. If you guess the title, you get a point. Honor.
Raise your hand and shout it out.
There's a prize for the person who gets the most points. And then if you know the artist, that's an additional point. If you don't know it, somebody else can get it. All right, clear? All right, we'll start with our first song. Now here's the real pressure to see if my technology works. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, so we have two speeches today, an icebreaker and then a very experienced speaker. We're going to get right to our first speaker. Welcome our newest member to the club. Oh, technically, I got excited about my music. Starting with our grammarian, Tony Duke. What's your role, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster. As grammarian, it is my function to select a word of the day to help build members' vocabularies. Each member, when called upon to speak, is encouraged to use the word of the day. Other members may generally tap on the table when they hear the member use the word. And the word I picked today was hodgepodge, which is a heterogeneous mixture, or it is a mixture of different things or randomly assorted items. In addition, I will be listening for any errors in grammar as well as excellent word selections. I will also be noting any colorful thoughts or phrases members might use during the evaluation portion of the meeting. I will present my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tony. And for our timer, thank you very much. Macarena, your role, please.
Toastmaster, my function is to time the speakers, evaluators, and table topics participants to ensure they meet the timing requirements. I will demonstrate the timing lights, which will be displayed as follows. These are the timing lights. Speakers, green is 5, yellow 6, red is 7 minutes. Table topics, 30 seconds is green, yellow is 45 seconds, and red is 1 minute. Evaluators, 2 minutes for green, 2.5 minutes for yellow, and 3 minutes for red. At the end of the meeting, I will report the timing results. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have our technical table, our all-counter, Gary Bird.
And off-counter, it is my function to listen for filler words such as you know, so, okay, and other audible pauses and fillers. I will be noting if members perform any double clutches, which is to say things twice, such as this means, as well as just anything that's distracting, such as lip smacks. I'll give my report at the end of the meeting.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so we will be listening further to hodgepodge of music that I selected. But let's get to our icebreaker. Please welcome to the lectern our newest member, Miss Stacy Barbanek. Welcome.
So fired.
Can you hold 1 minute?
Yes.
My phone is like.
Oh.
Thanks, Hadi.
Also,
I'll tell you what.
icebreakers
Julie's
are
pretty
4
with
to
it.
6 minutes. So 4, 5, and 6.
Pass this one down.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah, give it to Hadi.
Everybody.
Alright, one of us got this.
Okay.
I'll fix your phone. Alright, you got
Now it's all right.
Will.
Here we go.
All right, Stacy.
Good morning. As some of you may know, my name is Stacy Bravenek.
Now we do.
Today I'm going to give you the reason why I'm here at this Toastmasters meeting. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Growing up was a lot of fun because I was able to share the time with my twin sister, Amy. We had a great time, especially during the summer, where we would spend the time in Helen, Georgia, or Cades Cove, Tennessee. Another activity me and my sister loved doing during the summer was going to Ishintuckney Springs to tube down the river. I graduated from a small private Christian school, Easton Christian School, where I only had 14 in my graduating class of 2003. I went to college at Seminole Community College, where I finished with an Associates of Art in General Education and a certificate in medical transcription. My first job when I got out of high school was working at a dog boarding training kennel. I learned a lot from this job, but the most valuable was the lesson of when to move on and leave. After I left my first job, I started my own business, which I still do today on a limited basis. I pet sit for clients while they are on vacation, and when I say pet sit, I usually means that I am taking care of multiple horses. I also worked as a medical transcriptionist, but found out quickly I did not enjoy this work. Though I loved listening to what the doctors had to say because the human body is fascinating to me. This led me to my current job. Though I had to search for this job, I feel very blessed to have found it. When I first started at Palmer Natural Health, I started at the bottom and worked my way up. This was because I had no experience in an office setting. I had only been working with animals, and they don't talk back. As I gained more experience, I was able to learn more about the office and have gotten promoted several times. But I still had a thirst to learn more. This is where I began my journey to become a licensed massage therapist. While I was working full-time at Palmer Natural Health and full-time pet sitting, I went back to school taking night classes. I will say it was the hardest year I went through because I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to pet sit every morning, working 40 hours a week and full-time night school, which was from 7 at night to 10:30 at night, and then getting home at 11:30, and repeating the schedule for a year. At the end, I graduated with a 3.9 GPA, and received a 778 out of a 630 on the licensing exam.
Wow.
This year at Palmer Natural Health, I was promoted to lead massage therapist. Now I'm headed back to school to learn and practice nutrition response testing. I will be shifting my focus to help others get better through nutrition. In the future, I am planning to go back to school to get a bachelor's degree and to become a chiropractor. Another goal I have after I finish chiropractic school is to become an equine chiropractor. This brings me to why I'm here at Toastmasters. I want to become a better public speaker, so when I'm giving seminars, people will understand why I'm passionate about what I am doing. I want to be able to help as many people as I can through nutrition response testing. I feel I was put here on earth for a reason, and I am finally finding out what it is. I'm accomplishing my purpose by helping others. Thank you.
I love icebreakers because you get to know about the person. People are so interesting, so thank you for that. Well done. Minute on the clock.
Chiropractor, maybe? There's such a thing as a horse chiropractor?
That's pretty cool.
Why
That movie where it was
Because
Sandra Bullock played in
It just
that
doesn't
movie,
make
they were
sense.
at a
Why?
rehab
Because
center.
horses don't lay on beds.
And one of the things they
And
had
you'll
to
take
do
your
was
legs off.
get
Next.
trouble.
And nice horses are better taken care of than people.
What's that?
Race horses are better taken care of.
They,
Yeah.
had that calmness.
And
that
like,
made them
that makes total sense to me.
Smart. Smart is over here.
Are you talking?
No, she's not.
It's a Honda
That's
step.
what you said in that conversation.
I have a really good video, but it's just about the same.
Okay.
Higher on the stool to get higher.
Okay.
So I bought a house. I bought a new house. Quieter neighborhood. A little bit bigger. Not that I need a bigger house.
Okay. All right, our second speaker is very knowledgeable in Toastmaster. He goes back years and years. Please welcome, and he'll be competing in the contest district level as an evaluator this week. And please welcome to the lectern, Mr. Stephen Morgan.
Wow.
Oh, what's your password? Oh, sorry. Hold on.
When we got our kids iPhones, they began spending every free moment playing games, watching videos, or watching videos of playing games. Nowadays, my 13-year-old son Richard will walk around like this with his earphones into his ears. I try talking to him, but he doesn't listen to me. What I haven't figured out yet is if that's because of the phone or because he's 13. So I decided I walk up one morning and I just cover his phone. He yanks out his earphones and he goes, "Geez, Dad, what's so important?" Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what is so important about these things? Does anyone use them to talk anymore? Once upon a time, phones used to have leashes. We're talking, way back when, 1998. Back then, my friend Wendell would call me every week. He was making the same pitch, saying, "Stephen, you should come here, work here at Object Space. You'd love it. We're doing cutting-edge stuff. We're profitable. And you can have all the free soda and snacks you could want. Plus, if you get hired, I'll get a referral bonus." What's so important about money? I mean, it's just a piece of paper, or a piece of metal, or these days, just a number on a computer. And yet we collectively hallucinate it's something greater. Can you imagine something any wilder than that? I can. Stock options. Stock options are like money on acid. They change everything. And hey, it was 1998, the dot-com bubble. Everyone was doing it. So yes, I took that job at ObjectSpace. I took those stock options. And yes, Wendell did get his referral bonus. My first task was to implement a distributed transaction service for the Voyager Object Request Broker.
Oh.
I must tell you, it's not as glamorous as it sounds. But I did it, and in doing so, I became the resident expert on our only profitable product. 4 months later, Wendell bursts into my office, and he's all excited. "Steven, did you hear? Yahoo just bought Broadcast.com for $5.7 billion. If ObjectSpace needs just a fraction of that, you and I will be multimillionaires before we're 30. As you can imagine, the race was on. Our research and development department grew from 13 to 50. I got a raise, I got a promotion. I got to redesign the entire Voyager orb from scratch. For a software engineer, that's crack. I was important, I was doing something important. I was riding the hacker's high. On November 30th, 2000, an all-hands meeting was scheduled for 10 o'clock in the morning. So at 9, my manager pulls me into his office, and he says, "You are not going to this meeting." And when I walked out, I immediately went to go find Wendell. When I grabbed him, he said, "What's so important?" "Wendell, ObjectSpace is out of money. R&D is being eliminated immediately. No severance, no vacation, no insurance. Voyager Orb is still making money, so they need me. You're being laid off. I get to say." An hour later, it was all over. All that talent was gone. All that we built was lost. But the worst was walking in the next morning, past row upon row of empty cubicles, to sit at my desk and have absolutely nothing to do. The emptiness was vast. The emptiness was in me. The emptiness was me. Have you ever felt that empty? How did you get out of it? Or are you still there? I tried to fill that hole. I would grab at every little wisp of happiness, no matter how fleeting, no matter how tenuous. The emptiness swallowed everything. My identity, my career, my marriage. Hard as I tried. 1 year later, Richard was born, so I got a new job title. I was camera dad. I became the father walking around with the camera recording everything. Nowadays, of course, with my iPhone, I can record him at any moment, and within seconds, I'm embarrassing him to the entire internet. I was driving him to Scouts, so of course he's sitting there watching a video of playing a game. Then I noticed, he's watching a video of him playing basketball. It's the highlights video I made from the game he played and I recorded just last week. So I said to him, "You know, I put that up for your grandparents, the rest of the family to see. I didn't think you were going to watch it." But his answer was, "Well, I watch the highlights videos all the time, Dad. I can see my mistakes and I can see I've gotten better. They give me confidence and they've made me a better player." I've been doing something important for someone important this whole time. I didn't know it. But when I realized it, that's what filled the emptiness. Fellow Toastmasters, right now you are doing something important. Without you, I have no audience. Without you, I have no speech. Without you, my message has no meaning. What we do here is important because we build a little bit of self-confidence, a little bit of self-esteem, a little bit of self-worth. And bit by bit by bit, we fill that emptiness. That is what is so important.
Awesome. Can we have a minute for the timer for us? Thank you. All right, please welcome to the lecture our table Toastmaster, Mr. Ernst.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I was kind of thinking when Julia said I'm the table topics master, she called me my cell phone, and it's all about tunes. What name would you name the tunes? So I was kind of thinking if I should talk about the subject that was happening in France the last weekend and see how many people of you know some French songs and so forth. And I thought it would be a little bit too difficult because, you know, the French songs, they're great French songs, but they're not really known so much outside France. However, there is one song which was very well known internationally in the United States, all over the world, not so much for the title of the song, but for the French lyrics. And it was not a song, the song was not developed in France. It was developed in the United States. And let me play you something here. We did not coordinate your phone.
I like this.
I don't think you're synced to my Bluetooth yet.
No, it doesn't. Yep. So, my cues, which were the French lyrics, which made this song so.
What is the question here?
What were the French lyrics which made this song so popular?
Moulin Rouge?
No. What could have been?
What was the line?
What was the one? What was the line? You know,
I know it.
we can see that.
I'm gonna go ahead
The
and
ladies
say
in
Okay. Where's the timer? Right. Okay, you start. What is your name?
Reginald.
Reginald. Okay, Reginald, tell me what the song
All
is.
right.
Vous voulez coucher avec moi ce soir?
Okay. So Sam Berry, what was the translation of this song? What did it actually mean?
No idea, but I'm pretty sure it was something either dirty, involving drugs, alcohol, or something American.
Okay, Carrie, what was this song?
Oh, we don't stand up anymore, Carrie?
Okay, great.
Informal language, which is very strange.
Actually, it was.
It is.
It's missing the reflective.
Was I timing
It's
that?
called-
Like, it was like 5 seconds, don't worry.
No.
The song is actually called Lady Marmalade, and it was developed here in the United States, or written in the United States. We all had favorite songs, I had many. I love Tom Jones, and this one way back when. The song I never fall in love again, at least not until the next time. And then there was Angle Go Humperdinck, The Last Waltz. I was like romantic songs. Okay, what was your favorite song, Lori?
All right,
My favorite song, are we talking about back in the day or?
Whenever.
whatever you
Of all
want to talk
time.
about.
My favorite song
Right here,
of,
Casey Kasem, warm up.
my favorite song of, I used to really be in love with Michael Jackson. The early days, his Off the Wall album. So my favorite song was She's Out of My Life, which as an 8th grader, I used to love singing that song and looking at the Michael Jackson album, took pictures of the TV as he was singing it because I couldn't afford to go see him in person, but that was my favorite song. Thank you.
We have one more.
Oh, we got time.
Hadi, what was your favorite song? I know you.
Well, music is my biggest passion. My favorite song has definitely evolved over time. Michael Jackson is one of my favorites. A man of true talent. So, in my pre-teen years, it would have been a bunch of Michael Jackson stuff. Let's see, Want to Be Starting Something, Black or White. I love the guitaring on that. The Way You Make Me Feel. Now my favorite song would have to be, actually my favorite song is this massive like 2-hour remix, and it's got a bunch of German in there that I completely don't understand. So that's what I listen to all the time. It's got a hodgepodge of music.
There you go. Welcome to the show, Hadi.
Hodgepodge of a table topic. Okay.
Hey, you did it.
One more. What was your favorite song and singer of all times, Marty?
You brought back to mind a lot of distant, unpleasant memories. I want to say this is my favorite, but it is my first memory, if I may take that leniency and go with that. As a 10-year-old with very little money, for some reason, I was completely captivated by the Partridge Family. And spent the few pennies that I had on I Think I Love You by the Partridge Family. And my mother questioned my reasoning and spending all of my money on one song. So it's always stuck with me, as has that show. Not my favorite, but it was my first favorite.
All right. Now it's my turn to get off the lectern and invite our general evaluator up, Ms. Lori Richards.
Do a little background music, bring her up.
Good morning. I had a distinct advantage because I think we are about the same age, so I listened to a lot of the same music, and I noticed Tony was completely lost. We come to the yeah, deer in the headlights. We come to the educational portion of our meeting now, where we get to hear the strengths that we have and some things that we can maybe work on. So without further, so creative. And let's see, our next evaluator who will be evaluating Stephen's speech is Hadi.
As I was looking through
my manual last night. Ironically, Stephen, you evaluated me for the same speech.
Back to you now.
So now I get my revenge.
Never revenge.
Okay, so as usual, I thought the speech was wildly entertaining. You have your hand gestures, your vocal variety was amazing. The colorful words, hackers hide. I really enjoyed the vividness and the massive color and drama that you added to your speech. So, did you project sincerity and conviction? Absolutely. The story about your son, the story about Office Space, you could tell that there was a lot of your heart coming out there into the speech. Particularly with the Office Space, particularly when you had to let go the rest of the team, or you continued on to the job while the rest of your team left. Talking about the emptiness, I was a bit lost with the persuading with power part. So I'm not sure if you designed the space, if you designed the speech specifically for this purpose. So what's so important? Okay, yes, we want to get the idea of how the little things we do can be very important. I would have liked to see a clearer theme there, a clear call to action. So yes, the little things we do is so important, but what should we do? How can we practice these little things? How can we, should we raise awareness that what we're doing is more important? So a clear call to action there. I loved the recurring question though, all the time you kept asking what's so important, what's so important. It was drilling it in our heads to think about what was so important. Again, I thought your vocal variety was amazing. I liked the contrast between the high energy, high excitement in the beginning and then the low energy, the dip there when you talked about Office Space, and then coming back to a moderate energy when you were talking to us about the little things that are so important in Toastmasters and how we benefit self-confidence and self-esteem from being up here. So overall, I would say a wildly entertaining speech, lots of drama, lots of humor. I would just have it a little more clear in terms of what's the call to action and what are we supposed to take home from this.
All right.
Thank you, Hadi.
Yeah, don't shake your hand, Hadi. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry.
That's good.
Sit down.
High five,
Sit down.
high five.
Too late.
Air fives.
Air fives. My job as the general evaluator is to give feedback to participants in the meeting who may not have gotten feedback. So for the evaluators, the technical table, the Toastmaster. Sam, I wanted to thank you for doing an Icebreaker evaluation. It was a nice touch to bring the music up. It tied it all into what Julia had with her little hodgepodge. The only thing maybe it was a little bit distracting because it was a little bit too loud. So I had some trouble hearing what you were, the feedback that you were giving to Stacy. Although you did give some really nice solid examples of ways that she could improve, like with the note cards. So you did a really nice job there. Hadi, hats off to you. If I had to give us an evaluation to someone like Stephen, who's very experienced, I'd be a little bit intimidated, but you came up there very comfortable. You look like a pro. I think that's one of the things that you want to do. You want to be a public speaker, and you got it nailed. I like that you gave him specific examples. You said he needed to have a clearer call to action. That was well done. And as I said, you come across also as very experienced as well. The meeting we started on time, nice job, and also the room is prepared, it's very welcoming. Glad to have two guests here. Sam, I was also impressed with how you were able to give the purpose of our club without reading it off. I like that. You're just so comfortable up here. I think you have like some acting background or I just came back from LA. I think you would belong out there. And Julia, as the Toastmaster, the theme was so fun. I really liked the way
Somebody
I really liked all of that. Ernst, nice way to include our guests. I love the way he said that. I'd like to have him say it again because it's just, I would botch it. So thank you for sharing that with us. Overall, the meeting was really, it's always worthwhile for me to come to Toastmasters. It's a bright spot in my week. Helps me to be positive and productive and it's a nice start, like I said, to my Tuesdays. So well done, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to, oh yeah, technical table. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of following with the theme. Forgetting the technical table. Okay, we're going to see how we did today. So we're going to start with Carrie Bird, our
one lip smack, Lori 3 ahs, 1 and 2 lip smacks, Tony and 1 a double clutch. Stacy, you had 3 double clutches, but you don't have to pay anything today.
First one you're gonna.
Let's see. Hadi's our big winner.
Oh, yes, he is.
8 ums, 3 so's, 1 you know, 6 double clutches, 2 okays, and you cleared your throat 6 times.
Partridge in a pear tree. Way to go.
$1.15.
$1.30, actually.
30? Okay, good.
Accounting is accounting.
Let's see how we did our time with Macarena.
Yes.
Let's start off with our speakers. Stacy, you were great. You were 419. Steven, 747. On to our table topics. Lori, you have 40 seconds. Hadi, 57 seconds. And Marty, 51. Our evaluators, Samuel, 2 minutes and 14. And Hadi, 2 minutes, 49.
Nice.
Thanks, man. We'll get our report from our grammarian, Tony.
Thank you, Lori. I had a hodgepodge of many phrases to listen to. For Stacy, I thought your grammar was really good. The only thing I caught was maybe when you said I was put on here on her. You could say I was placed here on her. But overall, though, you did really good. Steven, I like the phrases collectively hallucinate about money. The emptiness was vast. That helped us paint a picture of what you were feeling at the time. And then you also said, without an audience, your message has no meaning. I'm glad that we were here to be able to listen to your message. Marty, I liked when you said completely captivated. It described how much the song had your attention. For Hadi, I liked when you said the phrase, I like the contrast between, because that describes an extreme difference between different things. Let me give examples. And then for words of the day, I noticed Hadi said it and Lori said it. I mean,
Ernst as well.
Ernst said it as well. I missed that one. I missed it.
He snuck it.
Julia said it.
And
Okay.
Julie said it too?
I did.
Yeah.
I said it in my mind.
And that is my report. Thank you guys.
So I will turn it back to our club president for business, Julia.
All right, well, everyone received our holiday flyer, and that was designed by our very own graphic artist, Macarena Torres. Give it
Wow,
up.
that's why I like it.
So, it's at Carrie's house, December 5th.
Jumps out.
You know, bring significant other, we'll have a lot of fun, we'll be doing an activity, ties into Toastmasters, kind of, sort of, be a lot of fun. We'll probably need to send out a sign-up list as to kind of coordinate who will bring. We'll have like the main food and stuff, we'll have everybody bring a side, a snack, or something like that. Can I see a show of hands, who's planning to attend? Is there anybody not, I mean, is everybody planning to
I
come?
might be in New York, but if not, I'll.
New York.
No? All right. well,
New York. New York.
All right. All right, well, more news on that. And then there's another file I'll be sending out for the next day on Sunday. It's a bigger party festival at Gemini Park. It's more of a picnic.
Gemini Springs.
Springs, thank you. And I'll send that flyer out through email, as well as this one. We have 2 guests today. Crystal's a returning guest, maybe coming to be a... Hey!
There it is.
Tell us about the meeting today. You loved it. You loved it.
Yeah.
Stephen, I was overwhelmed with emotion during your speech, and I am just so impressed. I hope one day I'm able to speak as well as you. But thank you.
What'd you think of our meetings?
Right on the bus.
And welcome.
It was great. And I really love your speech. You are incredible. Wonderful.
Well, hope to see you again. I saw that James referred you, so welcome to the club. If you have any questions, just ask any of us. We have a folder too to give you when you leave, to give you some more information.
One more guest earlier.
Oh, Carmen! All right, hey, return guest.
What
Guys,
did
tell us
she
what you
think?
thought of today's meeting. You absolutely loved the theme, didn't you?
Yes, and this is my biggest fear. I'll take on a raging crazy patient before I public speak.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think I hear your pain, man. I was in your shoes.
She's here,
I
isn't
can
she?
get up
Yeah.
there. Yeah. All right. So the best part today, I'd like to bring up Stacy and award her with her icebreaker.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah, we're ready. Are you ready to speak next week, right? I'm
Say
just
yes.
teasing. Just teasing. So you have your manual. When you get your packet, like I said, just return the other one. You'll have your leadership. Make sure everybody, you're using that leadership manual. Every meeting, there's a spot to get it filled out. So within a year, you can have that first pen that you can get. All right. I don't have my. Oh, we have, again, I mentioned already, but this weekend is the district conference, which Stephen will be competing in the evaluation contest, so please, give him kudos for getting up there to do the evaluation and maybe bring home the bacon. And I think we have everything. Any news? Anybody, anything I'm missing? All right, we're early, a few minutes early. Oh! Shall we do one more, just for the road?
Sure, why not?
Let's see, ready? Let's see if
Who's
I
speaking
oh,
next
wait
week?
a minute, I have
Oh my
a
God,
prize too.
And what about next week?
Yes.
Oh, I don't earn, without Gus, I'm lost. We don't have the agenda.
You have your phone right in front of you.
Yes,
Pull up
but
pieces.
yours is bigger, so you're gonna pull it up for me, right? When I pick another song.
Pull it up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, for something to do or what?
I'm not even gonna say anything. All right, one more song for the road.
It's like Mary.
If I have one here.
So,
All right, here's a mellow one.
yeah.
See if you know this one.
Oh, yeah.
Very
You
well.
know me by now.
Yes! Who's the singer? That was a tough
This is
one.
the original, not the.
I can't sing. I won't subject to my voice. It's
not Richard Martin.
Melvin and the Blue Notes. No, I have no idea. Okay, so here's the agenda next week. Toastmaster, Mike Hughes.
Sweet.
All right. Mac, you're on for speaker.
Sure.
All right. Carrie, second speaker.
Sure.
Sweet.
This is gonna be.
I'm the third speaker. Yes.
Yay!
Marty, table topics. Evaluator, Samuel. They're blank for a second. We need 2 more evaluators. Who's,
Finish the rest of the.
okay. Huh? Lori? I write this down. Lori will be 2. And then third evaluator we have open.
What are their jobs?
Oh, the jobs, thank you. Ernst, your all counter.
Okay.
Stacy, grammarian. And Tony, timer. Unless you want to do a different grammarian. Anybody else? I mean, evaluator. All right, wait a minute.
I don't know if I'm ready yet.
I think you're ready. Crystal, let's put you as timer and Tony as an evaluator.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Okay, I gotta write this down. Crystal, timer. Tony, eval. All right, good job. All right, did anybody add up your points on the songs? I do have a prize. Lori won. Lori won? Oh.
It was close.
Yeah, it was between.
5, 4, 3.
All right. Last time you missed out on that. An iTunes gift card.
Congratulations. Wow.
Catch that one.
I will leave you with this last song. Let me get Steven his phone back. This is a fun song.
You're really dabbling in the technology now.
Look at me go.
Hey, I can pull out the Russian pop.
Yeah. The Russian pop. It's a good one.
Chicken fried.
Chicken fried.
All right. And on that one, Gary is from. Still have our
Background.
There you go, just tap it.
meeting adjourned. Have a good weekend, everybody. Woo!
Go beer.